love the alcohol, la 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 la. Just line 'em up and we will drink them all, la 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 la. But my mother always said, if you want to drink all day, you best start in the morning, son, 'cause that's the Irish way. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, and every other mother will agree. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, so order up around for you and me. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, and every mother best agree. We don't get drunk, we get awesome, so order up around for you and me, and you and me, and you and me. Let there be whiskey.
And I'm Chris. Oh, hold on. No, it's not actually coming through. You weren't coming through. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Property. Oh, because it's trying to go there. Where I want you to. All right, say something now. Nope, still not the right one. Hold on. The hell? This always works. Default. Try that. There you go.
Try that.
Yep, there you go. All right, let's start
All
over.
right. Hey, everybody. Welcome once again to Nerds with Alcohol. I'm Russ.
And I'm Chris.
And this is episode 443, back in the virtual nerd basement. Welcome on this lovely, oh so lovely Friday. Or no, Friday, Tuesday. It's not Friday, it's Tuesday.
No, I wish it was Friday.
God, I wish it was Friday.
But yeah, the last couple days have been beautiful.
Yeah, it has been really nice. It has been super duper nice. I am a little stressed out, getting a little stressed out. But hopefully there's an end in sight. So that's good. Just trying to get everything squared away for my next rock and roll show. And it's making me jump through some hoops again, and it's a pain in the ass. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
This is one you've done before, right?
Yeah, I've done all of this. The only one that we hadn't done so far this year was Welcome to Rockville, and the second one was Sonic Temple. We did that. That was actually the third year in a row for me, and then this will be the second year for Incarceration. The problem is the insurance company is changing. My insurance company is changing the way they do things when it comes to the certificates of insurance to prove that he has this insurance. And the venue and the company that puts these shows on, they kind of have a specific wording that they want on the COIs. And the company, the insurance company is like, we're not going to do it that way. We'll do it this way, and this should be fine. But so instead of having
fucking do it the way they want it,
right? Instead of having it more in the more convenient way with all the information on one sheet, they want an individual sheet for each of these different companies. So it's just a little bit of a pain in the ass. So we'll see. Hopefully it will be good enough for the company or for the guy, and it should be fine. It's giving them everything they want. It's showing that they are covered under my policy. It's just not all on one piece of paper. Now it's on 3 pieces of paper. So, that being said, horseshit.
Yeah, your mic is kind of crackling tonight. Not as crisp as it normally is.
Dude, I don't. The only thing that I did that I futzed with at all is that I bought the PSVR 2 adapter for my computer so that I could use my PSVR 2 helmet on my computer, and the helmet and controllers, and I just plugged things in. I didn't unplug things. Let me double check, make sure that the mic is plugged in well.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're coming through. It's just it's crackling once in a while.
Weird.
Although it sounds better now.
All right. Don't know what to tell you, dude. So yeah, that was That was a little
Oh,
frustrating.
and there it goes again.
I don't know, like Thursday last week, I was futzing around with this device, and it's a knockoff, but it got really good reviews. It was like for like $40 instead of like the $60. Um, it's a slight knockoff of the adapter, and it worked pretty good, except I couldn't get a solid Bluetooth signal for the two controllers to my computer, or to the box.
Hmm.
Like it would be okay for a little while, or one would be fine, but the other one was not, or the one would just go out and the other one, and it was like it got to be a pretty serious pain in the ass, to the point where, okay, now I
Hey,
can't do anything.
Darius.
Is Darius back?
Yeah.
Cool, Darius
Hey.
Stone.
And you watched the game today, Darius?
Haven't seen Darius in a while. So anyway, this adapter, I
Can't
mean,
believe they drew on that against them.
we'll see. I'm gonna futz with it a little bit, see if I can at least boost the Bluetooth signal, and if not, then I may have to take a chance and get the actual PlayStation one. Well, we'll see. I watched the second half.
Oh, hey, I'm rooting for Scotland all the way, Darius. I want Scotland. I mean, I know they're not going to, but I want them to win the World Cup. No, Manchester United sucks. Chelsea.
I don't know fuck all about. I don't know fuck all about any of that shit. So you guys will have to have a sidebar without me.
We're talking football.
Football.
Football is life.
Mm-hmm. How about you? How was your week?
My week's been pretty good. And yes, Darius, I'm not really riddled with World Cup fever. I am enjoying watching the games, though. I've seen some really good games. I watched some yesterday, so we can talk about that, because I've been watching a lot of the World Cup. I did watch the Argentina game yesterday, and I saw Messi get his record-setting goal. It was actually a beautiful goal. Yeah, the reffing has not been good in some of these. Some of them they've been really strict, and some it's been like, you should have called that. You really should have called that. But overall, I've been enjoying it. Messi I mean, at 38, he's still one of the greatest players in the world. He's kind of the football equivalent of Gretzky.
Okay.
He's just an amazing player. He plays for Argentina. He actually set the record yesterday for most goals by a single player in the World Cup in his career.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, and Renee is watching all the Europeans experience in the US, and honestly, that's made me feel slightly better about the US than I have been, because I've been really kind of down on being here. I haven't been happy. I haven't been happy with the way things are going. I haven't been happy with the country as a whole a lot lately. But this has given me a new perspective on things. And World Cup fans are saying that the Canadians have a great PR firm, because the US is way nicer than Canada when it comes to the people.
Okay.
They're saying the people in Canada have been rude and just kind of nasty, and that the US the people in the US have been very welcoming, accepting, just great to be around, having a great time. But yeah, it's been cool. But there has been some good soccer. There's been as Darius said, there has been some poor reffing. They're really letting the superstars like Messi get away with whatever the fuck they want, because they don't want them out. I have a feeling that's a directive from FIFA. FIFA as an organization is a piece of shit. But like I said, I am enjoying it. Tomorrow night, the U.S. goes for no, I'm sorry, Thursday night. It's not tomorrow night. Thursday night, U.S. goes for its third win in the round robin, something they have never done in the history of their time in the World Cup. They have never won all 3 of their round robin games before. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so I'm actually thinking about going out if I can get some sleep, unlike last night where I really didn't sleep much. If I can get some sleep tomorrow night, the game starts at 9, so it's going to go till like 11:30. So I'm hoping I might be able to get out and watch the game somewhere rather than just watching it at home. If not, I'll just watch it here at home. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing that. I have it on here while I'm working a lot, things like that. But other than that, the week was pretty good. We had our game on Friday. That
Mhm.
was a lot of fun. Talking with Rich and stuff, and he's like, I think that was the most dialed in everyone was for the longest amount of time in a game. Like there wasn't a lot of distractions. It was, we actually played D&D most of the time. And he thought it was great. He also thought that
I
the
would say
fights were
that's pretty
great.
accurate.
Yeah, he also said that he thought the fights were great. The fact that this first character death
Mm-hmm.
in this campaign,
Yep.
it is I think Bob was hoping that he was going to fail.
Yeah, he was looking for a death,
I
like
think so.
the experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
The but yeah, now everyone's saying, because we're gonna, when we pick up next time, we're actually gonna pick up right from the end of that fight. So I know you said that um Kandar's ripping through the thing to try and get to
Yeah.
Nietzsche. So
Mhm.
everyone's like, Rich was like, I want to see how he's gonna play that. How he's gonna pull Nietzsche's dead body out. What's gonna happen? um, but and then so you've got Nietzsche dead. You've got Zolan down. You have um uh Domovoy and Tindril in single digits for hit points.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's you and Cressida are the only ones that have decent hit points right now.
I think I still have at least 2 or 3 spell slots.
Yeah,
So I could
you
still
have
throw.
I think Rich said he saw you had 3 spell slots. Cressida only has 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many Domovoy has. Um Doesn't matter how many Nietzsche has.
No.
I think
I mean,
Tendrill's got both of hers, I think.
I've got a couple of healing potions too, so we
But
can.
Tendrill's got both of hers, but she can't heal.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I also got a couple healing potions left. So I mean, if need be, we can tap into those as well, and get. I think I'm out of hunter's marks, but we can at least get the like grab everybody and get out if need be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can rest up, and then maybe get we can come back here if we need to, but
Yeah, that's the thing. The when I suggested that to Pete after most people left, Pete was one of the last ones, and I said something about, you can always leave. He's like, "No, you don't just leave." I'm like, "No, Pete, you actually can leave a dungeon and
mm-hmm.
come back. It's a
Yeah.
common thing, actually.
Yeah.
You go back, you leave, you go rest up, you maybe even go to town and buy some things that you need, and you come
Mm-hmm.
back."
You come back. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
will
this
there
was
be
more.
is there the chance that some of those rooms are going to be reoccupied by things? Yes. Is it going to probably be as populated? No. They
Yeah.
don't have the most dungeons don't have that
Right.
amount of
If we
resource.
if we leave, at least go back to the village where Octavian is. See about Octavian re you know um uh um bringing
Raising the Dead.
raising dead on Nietzsche, even if we take a couple of days, it's unlikely too many creatures are going to suddenly move into that spot. Yeah, could it happen? Absolutely. I mean, you're looking at the dungeon master. Who knows what you want to do? But I doubt we'd have like suddenly again like another half a dozen mushroom zombies suddenly fill in that spot. Maybe one or two or something else. Who knows? But um, logic dictates that it's not going to be crazy. And like I said, we go in a little more prepared too, because again, Nietzsche was more prepared for like diplomacy, not combat.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we go in, we rest up, get our person raised up, and then we go from there. We finish out the dungeon, collect what we need to do. I mean, ultimately the goal was to, you know, was to just talk to them, and find out what's going on. Obviously, they have been infected or something
You haven't
has
found
taken
anything
over
you
the
can
mind.
talk to yet.
Correct. Something has taken over the mind. I mean, it was what we fought was more than felt like a boss fight, you know.
It's a mini boss.
Mm-hmm. So, um, I would say we grab Nietzsche's body and we get out and we come back. And that's just what you do. Because I mean, yeah, we still not all of our people have gone through all of their spell slots, but it's also like we lost somebody, so it means we leave and come back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, Tellison, sorry to hear that, man. That sucks.
what's up?
He's losing his job September 1st.
Oh yeah, I saw
severance.
him.
Getting severance.
Yeah.
I hope you can find something soon. Quick
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, Tellison. Yeah, I saw he posted something about it on Facebook a couple of days ago. I was like, sorry to hear that, man. You know, unfortunately with Tellison's lack of a foot, there's got to be some limitations there too. So
Well, you can do anything that a 2-footed person can do.
true, yes. It's just like getting around those a little bit different, So I mean, you can't tell me that certain companies might, might take that into account, So need work from home, can't drive car as its right foot. Ah.
Mm.
Yeah. I would assume, Tallison, you could probably, I mean, couldn't you get, I mean, it might be expensive though, getting that stuff, like getting your car adjusted for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've known people that uh had all the controls on steering wheel, but I'm betting that that's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
yeah.
Darius
So
is right, man. We there's big changes need to happen with the tax code, man. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. I really want it to go more like what a lot of the European countries do, where we pay more taxes but we get more shit. People don't realize that would actually save them money in the long run. Like
Right,
I saw
exactly.
one where they were talking about I think it was the Netherlands and talking about, well, you pay so much more in taxes. And they're like, yeah, but we get free health care. We get, free education. We get this, we get this, we get this. Because it's not that we so much pay more than you. These are all things you have to pay for. It's not that we pay more than you. It's just that we're better at math.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if they get if we get free health care because we're paying for it for our taxes, it that means we don't have to pay, you know, for health insurance separately. I mean, it all of it is just ridiculous. This is something that needs to happen, needs to be it needs to be readjusted.
Yeah.
So,
One of the other things that we need to do here in the US is tax the fucking rich.
Oh, absolutely.
Not tax them more. I'm not saying that Bezos needs to pay any more than in a percentage than I do. He just needs
needs to
to
pay
pay his fair share.
his fair share. You know, that's the thing. Like, if everybody across the board, everybody, no matter what, everybody paid 5%, it would more than likely. I saw the math on this somewhere. If everybody across the board just paid 5%, no discounts, no opt outs, no things like that, 5% of your income, it would more than be enough to balance a budget with a surplus. Because we're talking about taxing the rich as well, who don't pay shit. And hell, if you go up to like 10%, I mean, shit, I'd be happy to pay 10% because it's
It's
less than
significantly
it's still
less.
less than
Yes, yeah, it's still
what I'm
less than
paying
what I'm
now.
paying now. Yeah.
The average American pays like 14.5% of their taxes or of their income towards taxes, and some pay significantly more. And it's just with everything going up and everything getting so much more expensive these days.
The gas went back up today to $3.99 over here by me.
Yeah, it would. I'd seen it dip down in some places into the 380s and 370s, 379.
It had
Um,
gotten down to 360 something over here in Fraser.
yeah, because people were like, "Oh, look, they were making inroads with Iran and the state of or in the state of
The
the
Strait of
war
Hormuz,
and
yeah,
the
the
Strait of
Strait of Hormuz.
Hormuz and everything." And then Donald Trump goes
Yep.
and threatens them again. It says, "If you close the Strait of Hormuz again, I'll bomb the hell out of you, or bomb the shit out of you," or something like that. During the actual, like,
After the memo of understanding.
yeah,
Anyway,
and
so
it was just like,
well,
ah,
we're getting off topic though.
yes, we are.
So then Saturday I went to the Dragon's Keep event out in Grand Rapids. This is an event that the Dragon's Keep is a club that the New Holland Brewery and Distillery created. For you pay a certain amount, you become basically an exclusive member of this club. You get access to you get a bottle of bourbon twice a year that's made just for you. You get a beer made for you twice a year. You
Wow.
get early access to uh new releases from the
Mhm.
bourbon collection. You get uh you get a party 4 times a year that you can go to. They're all out on that side of the state because they're at their brew pubs in either Holland or Grand Rapids, and they kind of alternate them. Um, you get if you're at one of their brew pubs, there's a special cocktail that you get. You get discounts on merch in the store, things like that. One of the things I
Mhm.
got, oops, and off there, uh, was this little. This, can't really see it, but oh, there we go. This little pin, um, that I've got. You're not looking, Russ.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this little shield that says DK
Cool.
on it, and it's magnetic, so I don't have to pierce any cloth. I can just put the magnet on the other side because it's a
Very
strong
cool.
magnet. So
We're
um
seeing a lot more of that kind of thing, like people
yeah.
giving out magnet type of things instead of pins.
Um, but anyway, got that, got a glass, I got my bottle of bourbon. This one's called Smoke Show. It is an extremely smoky bourbon. I don't really care for it straight. But I had it in
Mhm.
a old fashioned last night, and it wasn't bad. Especially once the ice started melting a little bit. It's I might be able to drink it that way in an old fashioned. It was
Okay.
just a little too smoky, little too earthy for me. But I also picked up a uh that was the exclusive one. Then at the very first one, which was the first party, this was our third party of the year. The first party was back in February, and I wasn't able to make that. I got sick just before the party, so I didn't make it out
Mhm.
there. But I guess the group got to vote on uh, a a barrel of bourbon. So they took
Mhm.
samples from like 4 different barrels, and the group as a whole got to taste each one of them and then vote on which one they thought was the best. And that barrel was specifically set aside for the members of Dragon's Keep as
Oh, cool.
another bourbon they could purchase. Everyone that I talked to at the last event was like, "Oh, it was so good, so good." I still haven't tried it, but I did buy a bottle of it, and as one of the things for this bottle, you bottled your own. You put the labels on, you filled it, you sealed it with you corked it, you put the stickers over the top to seal it, and then you used the heat gun to seal it around with plastic and stuff. It was kind of cool. It was
Okay.
a cute little thing. So I got that, and I also got a bottle. I got a bottle from 2025, one of their specialties that they did. It was the last one of that one. I'm like, I guess I'll take that one. Since it's the last one, and the others all had like a bunch. I'm like, that must be a good one. And the guy's like, it actually is. It's a really good one.
Cool.
So I got that one, and then I got a bottle of their honey barrel, which they were selling to the Dragon's Keep members last Saturday, but it doesn't actually come out to the public until this Saturday. Any of the Dragon's Keep members that weren't there get a chance to buy it on Friday, or actually I could buy another bottle if I wanted. I did open that one up on Sunday and tried it, and oh my God, it's fucking delicious. It's really fucking good. I don't think Renee will like it because it's a little too sweet. She doesn't like the overly sweet ones. I do. I like the sweeter bourbons. So anyway, that was a blast. It was me, Rich, and Renee. Had a great time. Drove out there, drove back. And then Sunday was Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I talked with my daughter for a little bit through text. That was
That's
cool.
good.
But then we went out to Renee's parents' house, celebrated out there, and happy Father's Day to you, CD. Had a great time, had a good time. Talked a lot of D&D, talked a lot of that's actually where I think where Pete might have done we can't leave. But anyway, had a really good time.
Good.
Just hanging out, and then it was back to work on Monday.
Right.
And
I went and saw my dad, and it was funny because I go to the to my to the grocery store to pick up some stuff, some fruit. They wanted to make some fruit salad. So I went and bought some stuff, and we'd gone and played putt-putt, and I didn't want to buy a bunch of that stuff and then have it like, cook in the car while I was waiting, while we were doing the putt-putt stuff. So I was like, oh, let's just go and buy it, and I'll buy it afterwards. So I go to the store, and this woman looks at me and she says, she's like, Happy Father's Day, looking right at me, and I just looked at her and I went, do you know something I don't know? And I was like, yeah, just wanted to put it out there, and I'm not a parent, just be careful out there, people like, not everybody that is celebrating a holiday is necessarily is a parent.
Well, you're like Taliesin said, you have a fur child. You're a fur child, daddy.
Yeah, I don't count that. I don't like that, honestly. I don't.
CD said, love when you visit your parents, and they're like, while you're here, can you re-roof the house?
Yeah, exactly. Love that.
That's every time I go to my dad's.
I understand, and I think that being a pet parent is a good thing and a big deal, but I don't put it in the same category as being a parent to a human. I don't think it, and I don't think it should be. I don't like it when people lump them together, because I can take my dog and put him in a cage in my home and leave the house for multiple hours of the day and come back and not be prosecuted for it. If I do that to a child, you'll go to jail. Yeah, so it's not
Yeah,
fucking
but the
fair.
child's also not going to be as happy to see you when you get home.
That also true. Yes, that is also very true. So yeah, happy Father's Day to the fathers out there, and hope you had a good Dad's Day. It was a pleasant enough outing.
Hey,
we
Jeepo.
we had hey Jibbo. We had we went and played putt and went back to my parents' house and had a nice lunch, hung out for a while. My nephew was a psycho as usual, and but overall it was a nice time. So, what are you drinking,
Yeah.
by the
Oh,
way?
yeah.
You
You
talked
should have.
all
Yeah.
about.
So Wing said you should have seen me after I found your sub in the basement. She
Oh
was
yeah,
freaked when I told her yesterday. She was like, I actually watched her home.
yeah.
She'd
Okay,
been watching Belmont like a hawk.
first of all, there was about as much as a mouthful left. I might have had like the very mouthful left at the end. So there would have been, if there had been onions in it, there would have been next to none in there.
But that's all it
Very
takes for
little.
dogs.
And well, even so, it's like it would have been, a tiny amount. And one, two, I don't do onions. I don't do things with onions in it. I mean,
Yeah, but we
every
didn't
once
know
in a
that.
while.
We
I'm
didn't
just
know that.
saying. I'm just saying. It's like, yeah. And I apologize. I thought I had picked it up on because when I finished it and balled it up, I didn't want to like get up while we were gaming, so I set it off to the side. And I'm sorry. I apologize. I should have. I thought I had thrown it away. So,
Uh,
but
so
yeah.
yeah. So what else? How else was your week?
Yeah,
Or
that
were
was
you
about it,
were we
man.
were we were we changing some?
We're
Oh,
done. What are you drinking?
I decided that what I wanted to do. So, since I was talking about everything I was drinking over the weekend, I figured I'd just do something that I've already done. So I'm doing the Dragon's Milk Reserve oatmeal cookie. One of my favorites by them. I really like it. Plus, lets me show off the new glass.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Dragon's milk on the back. It's a beautiful glass. But yes, it is. This one's been 11%. And how long of it? It's bourbon barrel aged. Is this one? This is from 25. So this is from last year. So this isn't really all that old. Um, but yeah, you want that glass CD? That's a pretty glass, isn't it? Um, but yeah, it still tastes great. Mm. It is it's still got that oatmeal cookie flavor. And it's still got a little bit of that bourbon in there, a little bit of that. It's definitely still a little boozy. Um, I really like it. This is one of my favorites. This one definitely is like at least a 4.5 out of 5. Um, this is delicious. Finish that off. So, Aldi sells alcohol. Oh yeah, chocolate lava cake stout, 8% from Aldi's. Nice, Taliesin. Uh, I didn't know Aldi sold alcohol either. Um, so what about you? You drinking anything?
Yeah, I am having by the way, you're right. I just kind of looked it up because I was curious. Onions are pretty fucking toxic to
Yeah,
dogs.
they're
Like
extremely toxic.
Doesn't take much at all.
Nope, less than a tablespoon for smaller
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah. I am drinking one of Blake Hard Cider's Big Jams. There's their 8% Imperial hard cider. It is their basically the stronger version of the Triple Jam. It's
Yep,
good stuff, man.
that's pretty good. I like the backyard berry better, but that one's good too.
Mhm.
The
Right.
only one of their Imperials I don't really care for. The mango's okay, but the only one I don't really care for is the Imperial apple, the straight up apple. And I think it's because it's a little too dry for me.
It's very dry, and it's not. I mean, it's not very exciting. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, and that's what I
There's not
thought when I
much to
had it.
it.
I'm like, meh.
Yep,
Um,
exactly. It's kind of meh.
so let's see. CD's got Dark Crater, Doppelbock, 12.5%, 3.75 out of 5. Boulevard Brewing Company. It's got some barrel flavor with light malt flavor, light and smooth with some bite on the end. Okay, I thought a Doppelbock should have a little more than just mild malt flavor. It should have a good malt flavor. Have uh, that roasted behind it. So, all right, cool. But all right. So, what are we gonna get into? You want to start off with the movie you saw when you had your private screening?
Oh, Masters of the Universe. I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week.
Did we talk about it? Oh, we did talk about it. It was before the show last week. Yeah, that's right. I still haven't gotten to see it yet.
Again, well, I do have a little thing here about it. It does say, despite flopping at the box office, Masters of the Universe could get a sequel for a surprising reason. He-Man could live to fight another day. By the power of Amazon, Masters of the Universe may be a certified box office flop, but a sequel to the He-Man movie can't be ruled out. As Forbes reported, a lackluster performance at the box office isn't necessarily a death blow to the Masters of the Universe. The streamer could be poised to give the fantasy movie an adaptation of the 80s property a sequel and make it a jewel in the Prime Video crown on streaming. From there, it would be able to take the financial hit and prop up its service as a destination for bigger movie releases, capturing a portion of the older demographic which may not have seen it in the cinemas. It's something we were talking about last week, that Amazon is happy with the engagement that it's getting. It may not be making a bunch of money at the theater, but people are really liking it. It's getting a really lot of positive reviews. It got, I think it was something like 66 and 88 on Rotten Tomatoes. So people were loving it.
Wings isn't going to go see it, CD. She won't go to the movies. Yeah. She doesn't like the movies. Definitely won't go see that one with.
Yeah,
she might go see
like
some, but she won't go see that one.
Yeah, I was one of the things. I wasn't necessarily going to drag Stella to it because I was like, you're not going to, you can watch it with me when when it comes to streaming, or I pick it up on Blu-ray or something. But I wasn't gonna, ask her to go and see that with me because, I enjoyed the shit out of it. But it's definitely one of those ones that,
CD's basically telling me I got to get drunk and go see it, and then Wings can pick me up.
I almost went and like this past Sunday, a friend of mine was having an outing at the drive-in movie on Sunday after Father's Day stuff. But by the time we got back to the house, I was thoroughly exhausted. Like, just for whatever reason, it just I think my nephew is a energy vampire because he just
all children are. That's
my
why that's why kids have so much energy, and the parents are always dead tired.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kids suck them dry.
Yeah, it says so. Masters of the Universe, which stars Nick Galitzine and Jared Leto, has currently generated about 102 million at the box office. Despite that, Amazon has seemed pleased with the He-Man movie from the outset, with an obvious hint at the Masters of the Universe franchise living beyond its theatrical window. Travis Knight is the director, and the entire cast and filmmaking team have delivered something special. And this opening is exactly the kind of critical first moment that validates our holistic distribution strategy. Again, it goes into the idea that they are looking at the big picture. They're looking at the overall kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like, in all honesty, this movie probably shouldn't have gone to the theater initially. It should have just been released on streaming in the first place. But it did have an almost like $175 million budget. So I think they probably went, it wouldn't hurt us to put it in the theater. Let's put it in the theater first, see if it hits, It didn't hit. So but I'll bet you any money that when it goes to streaming, it will be a huge success.
Probably.
Dungeons and Dragons was a massive success when it went to streaming.
Yep.
It did. At the theater,
That's where most people are watching movies now. We've talked about that. It's like people don't want to go out to the movies anymore. They got through COVID and they're like, you know what? I don't need that. I got my big ass TV at home. I got my own. I got my microwave popcorn. I can get my own milk duds at the store for way less than what it costs there. I can get a big ass bag of M&Ms. Like, I can get a party size bag of M&Ms for the same price they're going to charge me there for a little tiny bag of M&Ms.
Yeah. So it went over, like I said, Dungeons and Dragons made better money than this movie has, but I think Dungeons and Dragons cleared something around 220 or something like that worldwide, million, but it it was still probably what would be considered a failure, and this movie as well, which is, like I said, a drag. It deserves to do better. Um, so we'll see. I will bet any money that it will do better, particularly considering like the post-credit scene, which shows, it has a little tease for there's the mid-credit scene and then the post-credit scene are both teases that
I
set
didn't
up
know
the
there were.
next
I didn't
one.
know there were credit scenes. I hadn't heard that yet. The
There's a
CD
mid-credit
said
scene.
the older girl got the homoerotic adult references, so she was laughing.
That's cool. But yeah, the sequel could feature She-Ra. It could feature, I mean, a lot of other things. So, um, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Cool.
Uh,
Speaking of
and to
movies,
see
though,
what they're gonna do next.
Spider-Man: Brand New Day trailer dropped.
Yes, the new one, the big
Yeah,
one.
the
Because there have been several trailers,
yes,
but this new one definitely shows a lot more about. It shows a little bit more about about story teasers.
yeah.
Because the previous ones were just like images. We saw the Punisher. We saw, some ninjas. We saw the Scorpion, a couple other characters and stuff. This one actually, and Bruce Banner. This one actually shows like the holy shit moments and gives us an idea as to what we're going to see in the story.
Yeah.
A lot better. Mhm.
Yeah. Pete's mutating.
Yes, apparently he is mutating further to the point where they are going to give him biological web shooters, similar to that did happen in the comics, and again, it was a point of contention for the Tobey Maguire movies that why he had biological web shooters or spinnerets. A lot of people didn't care for that. A lot of people did not like that. That it felt like it lessened.
If you're gonna give them spinnerets, they don't go here. They don't
Yeah,
go on the
they
wrists.
wouldn't go on your wrists. Yeah.
He'd be turning
So
his ass around and farting webs at people.
precisely. So yeah, kind of messed up. In the comics, years ago, they did try and align Peter Parker in the comics with a little bit more with what Peter Parker was like in the movie, where he did have biological web shooters. They made him a little stronger, they made him a little faster, and he went through essentially a metamorphosis. He created like his body was reacting to a threat, like a greater threat. And so his body mutated further. So we're seeing a potentially this part of that story. Now that mutation didn't last. It ended up reversing itself eventually. And it was largely because a new writer came on and a new
Right.
artist.
No, we're not going there.
Yeah. Which is one of the things that I don't like about comic writing and about comic books. One of the things is that you'll get a brand new writer will come in and suddenly reverse a lot of the things the previous writer did.
Yep.
And
All
I feel
retconned.
that, pardon me?
It's all retconned.
Yeah, I feel that is it's weak on the editor's side. That an editor should establish that this writer created all of these story points that come before. You're going to have to run with this, and if you want to like undo some of the things that writer did, you better make it good. You better write a good story and establish
woke
why
up from
you
a
are
dream.
retconning some of this stuff. What's that?
Pull the Dallas. He woke up from a dream.
No, that's horse shit. So yeah, an entire season of a television show that just happened to be a dream.
Yeah,
Oh my
because
God.
they didn't like where it went.
People hated that.
Mhm.
So we're dealing with I think this is going to be fine. I think this is going to be okay, overall. Comic books are also known for their retcons. It is a big part of comic books. It's just one of the things that annoys me a bit. One of the bigger retcons that they ever did was Brand New. I mean, this movie is called Brand New Day, and Brand New Day references a one of the biggest retcons that ever happened in Spider-Man was when they were able to convince Mephisto, the devil of Marvel Comics, to
Who's in the
reverse.
MCU now?
He is in the MCU. It was introduced in Ironheart. Very well, by the way. It was actually a really cool performance by Sacha Baron Cohen. And they were able to convince, Mary Jane was able to convince Mephisto to reverse some of the effects of Civil War that happened on Spider-Man, which basically, because Spider-Man's identity had been exposed to the world, and also Aunt May, because of that, Aunt May had been hurt and was in a coma or something, like, if I remember correctly. So they were able to convince, uh, excuse me, they were able to convince Mephisto to do away with it. And Mephisto's price was Peter Parker's marriage to Mary Jane, because he had been married to Mary Jane for several decades in real time. But the editor-in-chief at the time did not want to make Spider-Man a widower and did not want to make him a divorcee. So he was like, we've got to get rid of it. But he didn't like the idea of Peter Parker being married.
Yeah,
so
you couldn't do the divorce thing with Peter and Mary MJ. You just couldn't do
No.
that. Not the way their relationship was. It just
You're right.
They just adored each other too much.
Sure, it would have been a difficult thing to write. So, and he certainly didn't want to knock off Mary Jane. So they basically made it so they never got married. He reversed it, and they still had relationships, and they still had a relationship in the past. They still had love. They still, I believe, they were not. Also, they were not together after he undid it. He undid. They were not a couple. And in so doing, it also reversed some of the other things that happened to Peter in the meantime, such as the biological changes. Because in the next issue, it shows him, you can see the web shooter under his sleeve. So it undid a lot of things, and a lot of people felt like it was a cheap kind of way of undoing all of this continuity that had been established for decades. It was creative in the way they went about it, the way that he didn't want Peter's soul, he didn't want, whatever, he didn't want MJ's soul. He wanted something else, and that was important to them. So
the most important thing.
Cool. Yeah, that was kind of cool. But at the same time, it was kind of like, man, really?
MJ would have easily sold her soul, but selling her marriage
easily
was
hard. Particularly for May and for Pete. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to this new Spider-Man movie.
And that's the thing. It plays right into the whole thing that happened in the last Spider-Man movie, which is that
correct.
That he got exposed, his identity got exposed, and then a spell was cast so that people would forget it, and it just happened that everyone forgot him because of the way.
Right. Well, he specifically ended up changing. Having Stephen Strange change it so that pretty much everybody forgot, because originally he had a few caveats. He went, MJ's got to know, and Aunt May's got to know, and whatnot. So, and in so doing, it made it so that MJ and Ned don't even know Peter. They didn't even. It wasn't that they didn't know that he was Spider-Man. It basically was like
they forgot their friendship with.
Yeah, exactly. So it should be interesting to see them kind of rebuild that.
Yeah. And yes, Tellison, Black Cat is supposed to be in this new movie, although she is not in this trailer that I saw.
Yeah. Well, Sadie Sink, there was a lot of speculation that Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey as well, because they're slowly trying to introduce the X-Men and the mutants. It sounds more like Sadie Sink may be a Punisher, or at least the possibility is that she is a character that is linked to the Punisher. But who knows? I don't know. I think it's more likely that she's Jean Grey.
I don't hate her as Jean.
If she is Jean, they're going a much younger route on the X characters.
Jean was 16 when the X-Men started, so
sure, absolutely.
And I have a feeling if they go X-Men, they're going to go with the younger X-Men, probably in their early 20s.
The initial,
Yeah.
yes, the initial X-Men will probably be, or the initial introduction of them will be the
Which I've got some stuff
the
that
first
some
class.
rumors I've heard on that as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. But
Mm.
anyways, Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out July 31st, which is a game night for us.
Mm.
That's a Tavern Nights night. So I think we should go on Thursday and go see
I
it.
think that would be a good idea. Absolutely. We also, speaking of movies, this weekend we see Supergirl opening up.
Was that this weekend?
It is also this weekend.
Okay. So now I got another movie to go see this weekend.
Now, Rotten Tomatoes has not put up any kind of tomato meter on this movie yet, but the initial reviews are relatively positive. They are saying that
They
one of
really
the
are,
reasons.
CD. I think they're some of the best Marvel movies, the Spider-Man movie. All right,
I agree.
go ahead.
But anyway, they are saying that if some of a lot of the initial reviews are saying that that it's a fun movie, it's a good movie. They are they're saying that one of the reasons why it won't suffer from superhero movie fatigue is that it's very different from a lot of the other superhero movies that we've seen. The character is, not your typical, even though she's got the S on her chest, she's not your typical superhero. She's, angry. She's, having a
Later,
tough time.
bitch.
Yeah. Um, so I think that will help it very much. The
So I'm guessing this is her on that bender where before she comes back to get crypto.
no,
No, it's
no,
a different one.
no, it takes place afterwards.
Ah,
She yeah, from what I understand, no, it's not. Because crypto is already like she goes out, she's on this bender or whatever, she goes out, she gets confronted by these guys when after she agrees to help like basically this young
oh, that's
alien
right. And
girl,
crypto
and
gets
crypto gets
poisoned.
poisoned. Yeah.
Right. That's right.
So there has been some criticism as to that's why they are it's a shitty way to motivate a character by hurting somebody they care about. But personally, particularly a
It worked
female
for the John
character,
Wick movies.
it works for a lot of movies. It's a major way of motivating a character towards something, particularly a character that is stagnant.
Yeah. You
Um,
hurt a dog and hurt someone's dog and people expect you to die.
mhm, exactly. Now, they a lot of these a lot of I've seen some people go like, well, dogs, who know, these aliens don't know what dogs are necessarily. How are they going to, understand the impact that has? Well, it's in the script, dude. It fuck off, I mean, it could have been another creature. I mean, just because it's not necessarily, this alien is not a human, doesn't mean that it doesn't understand the idea of companion animal or companion or whatever. He could have just as easily poisoned something else that was close to Supergirl. So I think them motivating her in that fashion is fine. So she's going to go out, and so not only is she going to go out to and help this alien girl who's seeking justice for the death of her parents in her village or whatever else, which in so doing will also help this part of the galaxy. It will propel the character forward towards the goal, and hopefully figuring shit out for herself. It's also said that the conflict between Kal-El and Kara will be a part of Man of Tomorrow. The next Superman movie will feature and feature the back and forth between these two characters. Kal-El Clark is a very different character than Kara, and I'm glad that they're establishing that. It's one of the things I've always said, that they needed to deal with more was the fact that Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, witnessed the destruction of her planet and the death of hundreds, if not thousands, of people that in her city. She should have post-traumatic stress
Post-traumatic stress
disorder, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, at least on some level. She may not be human, but she's still a thinking, rational creature that went through some shit, and it's completely understandable that she would be traumatized by it. And I've always felt that they kind of glossed over a lot of that in the comics. You know?
So, now continuing on with the whole movie thing, but going back to MCU. So one of the other rumors that I was hearing is that there's rumors that they're eyeing Millie Bobby Brown to play Rogue.
There's been a lot of speculation. There's been a lot of
I
speculation.
don't hate that.
Yeah.
As long as she can do a Southern accent, I'm good with it.
Sure.
Got to be able to say sugar.
Sugar, of course, sugar. Yeah, they're basically saying that Supergirl is not formulaic. So, okay, great. So there has been a lot of speculation about who's going to be taking over the roles of various characters, the next Marvel characters. I mean, one of the bigger speculations I had heard years ago was Daniel Radcliffe taking on the role of Wolverine.
Yeah, there was all talks about that. Yeah,
I think that's a terrible idea.
He's
Daniel
short and hairy. That's right.
Daniel Radcliffe is a good actor. He's a good actor. I do not see him as Wolverine ever. I'm even saying he could probably pull the role off. I'm just, the amount of work that young man would have to do to get into the shape he would need to do.
It's going to be Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Till you're 90.
Till you're 90. I think I
don't know who they're going to get for Wooly.
There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of speculation. There was talk about, I would say, he was the guy in The Kingsman. And he played hang on, let's see if I
talking about the main guy from The Kingsman?
Yeah, the young guy.
Taron Egerton.
Yes, Taron Egerton. Eggsy. Yep. No, because he's relatively short. But there was some speculation for him. I would like, Taron Egerton. He's got that square jaw. I think he's a hell of an actor. He's a young guy, but he's not like a child.
He's 36.
Yeah. So he's a young guy, so he could still, he could play the character for a while. He's got a certain level of gravitas. I think he'd probably be okay. But again, who knows? We'll see. He's got the chops, man. I mean, he played Elton John in Rocket Man, and people loved him in that.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that. It's on my list.
I have not seen it, but I've seen clips of it. I've seen parts. He can do action. We've seen him do action. So, I think he'd be okay. We'll have to see what we see about that one. I'm trying to see. He did. I mean, when he did Kingsman: The Secret Service, that was like his big breakout. But he had done some smaller things. He had done some other things, but not a whole lot. Like he kind of loaded up in the 2 years before the Kingsman. He had like half a dozen things here.
Yeah, so I just did a search on who could play Wolverine in the MCU. And according to Google, the top contenders in fan castings are Henry Cavill, the Cavalrine.
I don't like that idea.
Daniel Radcliffe, a popular choice for a more comic accurate take, as his shorter, broader build aligns with the 5'3" character height of the character in Marvel Comics. Taron Egerton, long rumored by fans due to his intense action performances and relatively shorter stature. Milo Gibson, favored by fans wanting a rugged, gruff, and relatively unknown actor who fits a traditional movie star mold while still capturing Wolverine's aggression. I don't know who that is. And
Milo Gibson.
yep,
He was in the Outpost in. Oh, I see. Okay. He was in the Outpost. Um, da, 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 da. Oh, he's the sixth son of Mel Gibson.
I figured he was Mel Gibson's son.
Mhm.
I mean, he fucking looks
He
like him.
actually looks quite a bit like his father.
Yes.
Yes.
He's 35. Um, he's 5'9". Okay, I mean, I can kind of see it. And then
Yeah.
the last one is Scott Eastwood, often suggested for a younger, grittier version of Logan, leaning on his physical resemblance to the character's previous cinematic iterations.
Scott Eastwood is actually a pretty solid actor. I've seen him in a bunch of things. He was actually in the first Suicide Squad movie.
He's the
I
son. He's the
wouldn't
son of Clint Eastwood.
son of Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 40.
I'm not. I wouldn't be, you know, offended by that one. I mean, Wolverine needs to be, in my opinion, needs to be an actor that's got a little more age and gravitas to him because
He should be older than the others,
he should be a little older. Yeah, he should be definitely
but he's
older
got to
than
be
the
young
actress.
enough to play the character for a decade.
Right, exactly. At least. So, which is why, Jackman was such a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest drag about Jackman and what a lot of people didn't like was the fact that he was tall. Because Hugh Jackman's over 6 feet tall. I think he's like 6'3", and Wolverine is traditionally supposed to be a short guy, according to the comics. He's 5'3". So, you know, there were even
Yeah,
people
Hugh
that
Jackman is
speculated
6'2".
6'2". Okay, there were even people that speculated, hey, why doesn't Danny DeVito play him? Because Danny DeVito is like 5'3". Danny DeVito could not play
No,
Wolverine. He is
the
not
work Danny DeVito would need to do to play Wolverine.
right. To get into shape, to get in that shape, no, not going to happen. I mean, and on top of it, it is a huge cast to have to recast.
Yes.
All of the actors that would have to do it to jump in to play the various roles. I think their best bet, excuse me, is to start at the beginning. Start with the original cast, the original class of X-Men. Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Angel, Beast, and Iceman, and Professor X, and go from there. Introduce Wolverine separately, introduce Rogue and Storm separately, and maybe recruit them into a later movie. I think that would be better because that's kind of what happened in the comics. You establish the first class, and then something happens to the first class. They get captured or whatever. So Professor Xavier and Cyclops, the only one that had gotten away, basically then recruit a new class of X-Men, and which included Storm and Nightcrawler and Colossus and Wolverine, and also Banshee and Thunderbird and Sunfire, if I remember correctly, too. And a very international.
Yeah, Sunfire was in the first, I think, two issues, and then he left.
Yeah.
He
Well,
got mad and left.
He had been introduced as a kind of because he's a mutant, but they had been introduced in a previous issue as like a villain or as an antagonist, not necessarily a villain, because he's a very proud person and a very proudly Japanese character. And then Thunderbird was introduced, and he died like on their first mission.
Yep.
Outside of of saving the original X-Men. He was later his brother was John Proudstar. His brother James Proudstar was later brought in as the new Thunderbird, and then later took the name Warpath. And then I think he ended up taking a different name. But then more recently, with the way that the way in the comic books they've created a way for the X-Men to circumvent death, and using the combination of 5 different mutants' powers, they're able to bring people back to life. And they brought John Proudstar back from the dead. Interestingly enough, too, like James Proudstar was one of those characters that suffered from writers going, I'm going to change this character around. I'm going to do something different with this character. I'm going to change his powers. I'm going to make him stronger. I'm going to make him bigger. He went from being a normal sized guy with enhanced strength, durability, reflexes, and speed to being a dude that is, like 7'8" and huge and bigger than the Hulk. It was like, and it was just like it was one of those things where, that was a Rob Liefeld thing. Like Rob Liefeld was like, I'm gonna make this guy a monster, and they never really truly explained that. Like they never explained why he suddenly was so much bigger and so much powerful. And then another artist came around and redesigned him and made him slimmer and made it. It was just the editing on some of these books, the powers that the editors choose not to flex because they think it might be cool. It's really frustrating sometimes for somebody for fans that are fans of of consistency.
So, while we're on the subject of castings,
hmm
what about Scott Summers?
Scott Summers, I mean, he's one of those characters that would be almost easy to cast because all you need is a handsome leading man type. Maybe
So
on the slimmer side, because Scott Summers is often depicted as being kind of slim, because that was his nickname, Slim Summers.
Yep. So the leading candidates for that supposedly are Glenn Powell, who is like 42 years old. I think he's too old.
A little too old.
Joe Keery, who I don't like that one. He's the longer haired guy from Stranger Things.
Okay.
This is probably my favorite of all the ones that are listed here. Patrick Schwarzenegger. I know he's been mentioned before for that, and I think he would be good as Scott.
Let me pull him up again. I don't disagree. Again, you need a guy that is going to be Schwarzenegger. It's how do you say that? How do you spell that again? It's SCH. That's what it is.
SCHW.
Yep. Schwarzenegger. Yeah, no, I could see him for sure. He's a younger guy. He's born in 93, so he's like in his early 30s. He looks younger than that though. Yeah, I could see him. He could do it. I mean, I think you have to cast young, but they don't have to be teenagers necessarily.
Well,
I'd say casting people in their 20s would be a good idea.
And then the last one is Jacob Elordi, who I think is too tall. He's 6'5".
He is a little too tall, and I think he's a little too much of a like. He's a little too hot right now. I mean, seriously. I mean, not like, oh, he's so hot. I mean, he's just like he's one of those actors that is in everything, and he's a little too popular right now.
So
I think and somebody else, not necessarily an unknown, but somebody that's got a little more. So let's give this guy room to breathe.
One of the other ones that says is being heavily circulated online, or it's because there's other names that are heavily circulated online. One of them, which we just talked about for Wolverine, actually, is Taron Egerton. That if you for an edgier, tortured take on Scott Summers.
He's not. I don't think he's tall enough. We do need a guy that's a little on the taller side to play him.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be huge. But
no.
We need a huge guy for Colossus. When
Correct.
He comes in.
And that's the thing. That's one of the hardest things about casting in Hollywood is like finding an actor that can play a role that calls for a big character, like a physically large person that can actually act. It ain't easy.
Yeah, that's why they go to the wrestlers.
Correct. I mean, and in Hollywood, guys tend to be a bit on the shorter side. You know, I
You
mean,
could get the
Tom
mountain.
Cruise.
You could get the
Tom
mountain to get to play Colossus.
No, that guy he was in Master of the Universe actually.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
He's the short one too of his family. He's the
yeah, guy's a monster, dude.
he's got 3 brothers taller than him.
And he's like the strongest man in the world. You know, it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, trying to find an actor of a larger stature.
The Rock can do it. He can do anything.
Could play Colossus. He's got his hands full playing, like Maui right now. I don't think he's. I don't think we're gonna see him.
Now, the Rock is Juggernaut, maybe.
Well, we saw the Juggernaut in Deadpool 2, and that was all digital. And the same thing with the Colossus. Colossus was a digital character. They did have a big, muscular guy that did the mocapping, but then they made him that much bigger, and made him, made him a digital character in those movies. Personally, I thought that was great. I'm okay with some of these digital characters as long as the mocapping is good, and honestly, what they did with The Thing was absolutely fantastic. For not to belabor the statement, they did a great job creating The Thing digitally. You had the actor there doing the mocap. He was still acting the role, and they just basically wrapped a digital, transformation around him. I like the fact that The Thing is actually not supposed to be particularly tall. He is tall, but he's not like, he's not 7'6".
Tall. Yeah, he's not
Hulk tall. He's strong and he's, blocky and he's wide, but he's not so, he's like 6'2" or something like that, which is tall, sure, but he's not, immense like the Hulk is. I'd have to look it up exactly how tall he is, but he's not supposed to be drawn or depicted as being immensely.
He's 6 feet tall.
He's 6 feet tall, exactly. Okay, cool.
Weighing 500 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense, that's great. But when the Hulk is generally depicted as over 7 feet tall, so the Thing's got to reach up.
So modern guides and various artists frequently draw him closer to 6'6" to give him a bit more bulk. Yeah. No.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Comics had him at 7'5", and compared to the Hulk, the Thing is almost always noticeably shorter than the Hulk, who canonically stands between 7 and 8 feet tall.
Correct. Yeah, like I said, about 7'6" thereabouts. But I think I prefer the Thing to be like, he could still be a big dude. I just don't. I prefer him depicted as right around 6 feet, 6'2", maybe, not massive and immense. But it depends on the artist too. The artist, there's some things come down from editorial that are canon, that are like, okay, Peter Parker should always be. He shouldn't be built like a bodybuilder. He's only about 5'10". He is a slimmer guy. Just the way his body moves, he should be depicted as like a smaller person. He's a gymnast essentially. Should be depicted like he's a gymnast. Wolverine should be short and stocky, but and covered in muscle.
No, the Hulk is not the Rock. The Hulk is Mark Ruffalo.
It's true. The Hulk is Mark Ruffalo. So we're seeing Mark Ruffalo is showing up in this new Spider-Man movie again as the Hulk, and first as Bruce Banner, and then later on as the Hulk. There is some sort of like mind control kind of thing that Peter seems to be combating in this movie. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to do this and what's going to go on.
Yeah. We know Scorpion's in it, but I want to know who else is in it.
And the fact that the movie that it is supposed to lead into the next couple of the next big
supposed to lead into Doomsday.
Yeah, it's leading right into Doomsday. Although I believe there is a show that's supposed to come next or something, because there's still Vision Quest too that's coming.
Yeah, I thought Vision Quest was next year though.
It might be next year. And then that's the other thing too. Like Doomsday is supposed to be again is supposed to be a lead in to like Secret War, which is going to be the universe unraveling, universe changing kind of thing.
Yes, several Marvel Cinematic Universe shows are slated to release on Disney Plus in the window between the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday. Okay, so Vision Quest is supposed to be there. Depending on your definition of the show, the release is scheduled between July 31st, Spider-Man movie, and December 18th, 2026. Avengers movie include Vision Quest, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2, the animated series, The Punisher Special Presentation, Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which we already had.
Mm-hmm.
That came out earlier this year, and X-Men 97 Season 2. So,
well, that's completely out of continuity though.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So really, it's just Vision Quest and the Punisher Special Presentation that are actually in the. I thought Vision Quest was like January.
yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was possibly after the fact, but who knows?
Oh, October 14th.
October 14th for Vision Quest?
For Vision Quest, yep.
Oh, okay. So it will be before the movie then.
Yep.
All right. So we shall see.
8-episode run, which means it's going to run right up until the movie comes out.
Yeah, right before.
Oh, it's also going to feature the return of James Spader as Ultron.
Mm-hmm. I've heard
I didn't know that.
Too.
I haven't seen the teaser. I guess there is a teaser out. I didn't see it.
What for
Vision Quest?
Vision Quest? I haven't seen shit about
it. It says for a closer look at the show's teaser footage and storyline, and it has a I will have to look for that later. Ultron comes back a lot with the Avengers CD. He was created by Hank Pym in the comics, so he was an Avengers villain for the most part. I mean, and in the movies in the MCU, he was created by Tony, but speaking of Marvel as well.
Yes.
So last Friday was the release of the new Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
I got the Doom deck. Doom Prevails. It's Doom and Loki.
Okay, interesting.
I haven't actually started putting them in things yet, but there's Dr. Doom.
Okay.
It's Doom, King of Latveria. I got the most expensive card in this set is actually in this, and it's Molecule Man. He's actually worth the most. He's worth about $40 or $60 right now.
Interesting. That's an interesting, like, that they would have the Molecule Man as a valuable character.
Well, it's because of what he can do. Mm-hmm. He costs 6 colorless mana to cast. He's a legendary creature, human villain. Non-land cards you have in your hand have Miracle 0. You may cast a card for its miracle cost when you draw it if it's the first card you drew this turn. So it lets you play extra lands. So it's a landfall type thing. So it's quite powerful. But Helmut Zemo, Mastermind is in here. There's the Kang Dynasty Saga card, Age of Ultron Saga card, Damocles Base, Sword of Kang. Endless Ranks of Hydra, The Frightful Four, Ironmonger, Sadistic Tycoon, Claw, Master of Sound, Abomination, World Ravager, Batroc the Leaper, Killmonger, Ruthless Usurper, Lady Loki, Agent of Chaos, Living Laser, Loki Scepter, Puppet Master, String Puller, Stiltman, Towering Terror, Titania, Proud Pummeler, Kang Prime, Loki the Deceiver, Red Ghost, Squadron Sinister, Typhoid Mary, Ultron. I mean, there's so many villains in this deck that it's actually kind of cool. I I did kind of check out Motor City Gaming, Jeepo. They didn't seem like the best place compared to the other stores that I go to. But anyway, I've got that, and I've also got a couple of boxes of actual boosters, and I've been going through those, and I haven't gotten anything super spectacular, but I have gotten a Cosmic Cube. I've gotten Captain America's shield. I actually got Cap as one of the cards. What I'm seeing a lot is, so one of the things you can do in the more recent Magic stuff. I don't know how much you know about the more recent stuff, Russ, because I know you've been out of it for a while.
Yeah,
But
not
one of
really.
the things, some cards you can transform. So basically, instead of having the Magic the Gathering thing on the back, they actually have another card on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you have to play them sleeved, because otherwise you can see that it's what card it is in your at the top of your deck. But anyway, you basically there's usually a cost, or something happens and you transform the card and flip it over. Well, a
Okay.
lot of what I'm seeing with a lot of the heroes in particular is that you can cast them for a lower price but you get their secret identity. And then you can cast them with their another cost to transform them, and they transform into their superhero form.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's fucking cool.
I'm like, I kind of like that too. I thought that was pretty cool. A kind of a cool
That is
mechanic.
that's a neat mechanic, game mechanic to
But I
do.
am really liking some of these cards. I mean, none of them are like worth a shit ton of money right now. Although I guess there is I got the Soul Stone in the last one. I think the Mind Stone is in this.
Okay.
And I'm hoping I can get that. The complete. I want my gauntlet.
Of course.
Um,
Who doesn't want their gauntlet?
uh, let's see. Yeah, okay. The Mind Stone is in the Marvel superhero set. The Soul Stone is the one I have, so it's the Mind Stone.
Mm.
Let's see, what does it do? I haven't even looked at it. Give me the Mind Stone. Show me the Mind Stone. Tony Stark. I got King T'Challa. He's one I got. He's one that can transform. Okay, so the Mind Stone, it's a legendary artifact. Infinity Stone. That doesn't tell me shit though. Go here. Here. They'll tell me. Fine. The
So
Mind
even if
Stone.
I'm looking at some more stuff about some of these superhero movies. They're like apparently there is some movement on this a new Shang-Chi movie. They're also
I got Shang-Chi too. He's one of the
apparently
characters I got.
Black Panther 3 is in development. It is in the pre-production stage. So even though people keep talking about things like, superhero fatigue, these studios are still are still moving forward on these movies. Apparently, Supergirl seemingly won't be the first DCU bomb, but it's not expected to beat The Flash's U.S. opening weekend either, according to the National Research Group, that is reported by Puck News, blah, blah, blah. Pre-release tracking for Supergirl has come down again now, sitting at about 51 million domestic for the 3-day opening. It's not all doom and gloom for the Man of Steel's cousin, however, as there's more leeway for Supergirl to succeed, given its smaller scale. As the Superman debuted to 125 million last summer on much larger production and marketing budget. So Supergirl had a much smaller budget. So yeah, they're not expecting Supergirl to launch at, and make ridiculous amounts of money, but they are. It does seem like that Supergirl is kind of like we're still in that building stage for this new DC line of movies. I still think it's going to end up doing fairly well. people will go out to see a movie with Jason Momoa in it.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if that's why they put him in this, because they're like, okay, the Supergirl movie could be good. It's probably going to be good. The script is good. The blah, 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 all this other stuff is good. But we still need a kicker. Still need something to encourage people to go and see a Supergirl movie. Let's put Lobo in the movie. Lobo's popular. Lobo, people like Lobo. Yeah, but there are a lot of people that don't know who Lobo is. Well, who are we going to cast? I know. I think I got a pretty good idea as to who to cast. Oh, yeah. Who do you want to cast? Well, how about this guy? How about Jason Momoa? Oh, that sounds like it could be a pretty good idea. So,
Which reminds me, I just remembered also that something else I saw that I wanted to bring up. You had mentioned Motor City Comic Con, which comes up in November.
Correct.
I was just looking it up because I wanted to put it in the calendar to try and make it out there this time. Because you had said that James Marsters was coming.
Correct. James Marsters, actor who played Spike, among many other things.
I just saw today, Juliet Landau is also going to be there.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's a cool
Spike
combo.
and Drusilla will be together
back at the show. That's cool. I did meet her briefly at one of the cons. She was very nice. But I've never met.
Well, James Marsters.
James Marsters.
Not only do I love him as Spike, I think he's amazing as Spike. He is also the voice of the Harry Dresden novels.
Correct. He is the voice of the Harry Dresden novels.
And if they ever do another Dresden show, he has to do Bob.
Oh yeah, no, he has to be Bob for sure. I would not see him as Dresden.
No, he has to be Bob. He has to be Bob.
It would be the voice of Bob for sure.
And Bob needs to just be a fucking voice and motes of light when he gets let out.
Correct.
He doesn't turn into James Marsters. He's just a voice.
He needs to be a skull. He needs to be the voice out of a skull.
Yep.
But yeah, he needs to be for sure. James Marsters is. I'm currently, and I think you talked about it too. I've just started. You just started. I'm about 6 books in of the listening to the audiobooks again.
I read them. I've read them multiple times, but now I'm like, you know what? I have an hour into the office and over an hour home most days when I have to go in. It's only once a week, and I have to travel to other offices and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start listening to the Dresden novels.
I gotta admit, they are very. As much as I like reading audiobooks, there's a reason why audiobooks have taken the world by storm over the last 15 years, because it has become, people have realized that they can listen to an audiobook while they're doing something else, and they feel a lot more accomplished. Who's got the time to sit and read for 2 hours? You've got shows to watch, you've got games to play, you've got chores to do, you've got different things that you can put an audiobook on your earbuds and, do it while you're working out, do it while you're walking, while you're walking the dog, while you're doing whatever.
And that's actually something I've thought about doing, was putting it on my headphones and walking the dogs, because I need to get out and start doing more exercise. I need to start doing more walking, and it's been beautiful the last little bit.
Yep.
It'd be great to go out and take the dogs around for a walk.
Why do you think Audible has become so popular?
I'm hoping the rain's going to hold off tomorrow, because I actually want to walk the golf course tomorrow when I'm out golfing. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, also at Motor City Comic Con, Sean Hattasey is going to be there. Dr. Abbott from The Pit.
Oh, right on. Very cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
yeah, they've gone into production, so that's really cool.
I'm like, Renee and I want to see The Pit Night Crew.
Yeah, for sure. There's been a bunch of speculation about that, about like, what are they going to do for the 3rd season, how things are going to change. The cast is back to work. They've said, because people are like, what if Dr. Robbie doesn't come back from his trip? He's going to come back. Noah Wiley is very much.
He's an executive producer of the show. He's going to come back.
He's very much engaged in this show. So I think we are going to see a pretty dramatic return. They have talked about us. Some of the actors have left. Some of the characters have been written out. It's the nature of the beast, you know.
And they said
Uh,
it's to show the turnover in an actual teaching hospital.
Correct. Exactly. And well, there was some speculation that there was conflict between the actors, and they've all denied it. They've said, no, there's no conflict. There's no problems. There's no nothing. We're just, we're just changing things up. We're moving and there were actors that left in the first season too, and didn't come back for the second season. So, yeah, as much as I would love to be able to go to the Motor City Comic Con in the fall, I'm generally very, very busy with production at the
I don't know what you're
parade
talking
company.
about, man. It's the week before Thanksgiving. You're
It's
fine.
it's fine.
There's nothing going on then.
Fine. There's nothing.
There's
Yeah,
nothing going on there.
yeah. So, yeah, last year I was so wiped.
Actually, you know what? Even better. It's 2 weeks before
It's 2 weeks
Thanksgiving.
below.
You're
Well,
fine, man. You're
fine.
nothing. Yeah, there's nothing
Totally
going on.
fine. Nothing going on.
Yeah.
I can squeeze it in. It'll be fine.
It's not even a game week. We can go on Friday.
Oh,
so
shit.
just take Friday off. Blow it off. There's nothing. There won't be anything. There won't be anything for you to do that day.
Yeah. It's funny because
holidays are coming up, man. There's nothing goes on around
Yeah.
the holidays.
It's funny because for the longest time, for years, they had a spring convention and then
Work from
a fall
home.
convention. Yeah, work from home. They had a spring convention and a fall convention. And usually the spring convention was the bigger one, and the fall convention was a little smaller, like maybe not quite as many guests. It was only Saturday and Sunday and not Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then for a while, though, after a while, like the convention kind of circuit consolidated a little bit more. Yes, conventions grew, but there wasn't as much room for two big Michigan Motor City Comic Cons. They would just do this one in the spring. But then shit exploded again, and they brought back the one in the fall. And originally it was a little bit quieter, maybe not quite, but now it's back to almost the same level as the spring one. Unfortunately, I missed the spring con this year because it was the same weekend as one of my music festivals. So, but it was still, it's a hell of a good show, man. The Motor City Comic Con is a lot of fun. It ain't cheap. Expect to spend some money, but that's the way all cons are. There's no such thing as a inexpensive Comic Con these days.
You can get your wristband shipped. Let's see, what's the week? Weekend adult pass is $105 plus processing fee.
That's a weekend pass, 105.
Yep. Friday is 38, Saturday is 48, Sunday's 43.
See, I'd be more than likely just do like Sunday or something, because that time of year, if I am able to go, it would be on Sunday.
Sunday.
Just go for the last day.
Yeah, I'm looking.
So
around. The only other real guests they've got are they got two comic creator guests. It's Riley Brown and Arvell Jones.
Yeah, it's still real early to release those. They release them slowly so that they can do it as a teaser.
Yeah, the other celebrity guest is they have four. It's Jake Weary, who I don't know. I guess he was in It Chapter 2 and stuff. I don't know him.
Yeah, they'll trot them out slowly. And that's a wild thing too, is like one of the wildest things is, like, I remember back in the earliest days, like the stars that they would get would be like C and sea level stars and lower. And now even like the Motor City Comic Con, you're getting stars you're getting A-listers, A and B listers that are just like really, really well known and popular, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah, so far you're right. Sean Hatosi, Juliet Landau, James Marsters, and Jake Weary. Those are the only ones that they have released at the moment. So yeah, but they will have a lot more. Definitely a lot more.
Yep, and I've got it in my calendar now, so I will look into it, because I might actually be able to go.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I've thought about trying to maybe even get like a body paint booth or table or something at one of them. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see because maybe we can combine that in the future. Drinking
Yeah.
nerds and your body paint.
Well, that's the
And
thing. They definitely do have exhibitors. That would be more of an exhibitor
Mhm.
for various different like shows, internet shows, podcasts, different things like that. They definitely have tables or will just encourage people to check out the shows.
Yep. So
It's a great time.
but yeah. Um that's all I had.
I didn't have a ton. Here's a couple of things. Valve recently released just recently released the price tag for their Steam machine, and it is at just over $1,000. The Steam machine is Steam, or Valve's Steam machine is their answer to a gaming platform. Um, it looks like it's going to be kind of a cross between a computer and a gaming platform, such as like the PlayStation or the Xbox.
Is it like the NVIDIA Shield that they came out with, where it was kind of like a game platform that it wasn't quite a gaming platform, but it wasn't really a computer.
I don't know, man. But from what I understand, you'll be able to access your Steam account and any of the games that are on it. It is now available for pre-order under what some are acknowledging as the shocking starting price of $1,049, partly because Valve says this is the cost that best reflects its core values. Um, In a new report, Valve isn't interested in subsidizing the cost of its Steam machine and selling its hardware at a loss the way other companies do, since it doesn't align with our beliefs and how healthy ecosystems are built. Because that was the thing. Particularly with the PlayStation 3, Sony was, and the early models for the PlayStation 3, they were selling them at a loss because they were like they could make a lot more money on the games themselves. So I think the first model of the PlayStation 3 was like at $400, and it cost them 450 to make them. So
Mm,
they were losing $50 on every one of those fucking things. But you get the console out, they're going to make a lot more money on the games.
yep.
And the fact that the PlayStation 3 was also a Blu-ray player. So they would also make money because they'd be licensing out to Blu-ray and whatever else. Um, if there's anything we're religious about at Valve, it's our belief that open systems are better in the long run for ourselves and customers. The openness of the PC ecosystem, in particular, has enabled it to be the primary driver of hardware and software innovation because anyone with an idea for a way to do something better was able to take a shot at it. That's their statement. While companies sell their hardware under cost for competitive advantage or buy exclusive content for it, we're doing that to build a more closed system, one where you don't get to choose what software you want to use. In its announcement post from the Steam Machine's launch, however, Valve instead bemoans the fact that our original goal for the price of Steam Machine is no longer viable due to factors like RAM shortages and the U.S. constantly shape-shifting tariffs. So we can blame Donald Trump for some of this, of course. It reflects the price of the components as we've secured them over the past 6 months. Well, people have said that RAM has gotten a lot more expensive because of, um, you know, tariffs and because of scarcity of rare earth elements and stuff like that. I will not be buying a Steam machine. I have a computer that runs runs my Steam games pretty well, so I don't need that. But still, it's something to be said. Would you pay $1,000 for a game machine in this market? I don't
No,
know if I would.
I don't think
I
I
don't
would.
think I would. No. Also, GTA 6. There was a leaked price that people are going, what? No way. Analysts are saying that the leaked prices are possible and plausible, but it would be a high barrier to entry and would be penny wise and pound foolish. So recently, some prices were leaked that that Grand Theft Auto 6 the base version of the game could potentially sell for $100, which would be the highest
Yeah,
cost
because that
for
CD got it. Bing, bing, bing. He said, "I bet $100."
$100. That's what they're saying. Pre-orders begin this week, which means we're mere hours away from confirmation on one of the biggest questions looming over Rockstar's open world behemoth. How much is this thing going to cost? Nintendo set a new precedent for $80 AAA games with Mario Kart World, and with GTA likely being the most expensive game ever made, fans are bracing for what could be the most expensive retail price tag for a video game ever. A recent leak from a European retailer suggested the base version of GTA 6 could arrive at €89.99, which translates to roughly $100 American. With the priciest SKU landing at about €200, about $227 American. But a reliable insider has debunked those numbers as just random placeholders, not indicative of the official Take-Two pricing. Still, analysts say they wouldn't be surprised to see those kind of prices on GTA 6. It is GTA 6 after all. I would not be surprised to see a $100 mark on the price of this game, particularly for a physical copy. One of the things that is driving me crazy about pricing these days is the fact that a physical copy and a digital copy are often about the same price. And I call bullshit on that. A digital copy should be at least $10 cheaper. At least. You don't have to package it. You don't have to, make the CD. All of the DVD.
The game's the game.
The game is the game. But it should still be cheaper if you don't get a physical copy. You give me a physical copy, it should be more expensive. It's just the way about it. It's just the way the digital copy should be cheaper. And sometimes it is. It depends on the game. Apparently, the prices are plausible and possible, but they are saying that more than likely it won't be $100 price mark. A lot of people are like, there is on this site, there was a
go ahead and pre-order. Just put $20 down.
No, fuck that. Never. I will never pre-order something. There was a survey on this. Would you buy GTA 6 if it were $100? I don't know how many people chimed in, but 63% of the people that chimed in on this said no, that they would not.
And yet, I bet 90% of them will if it comes out at $100.
It will be. They're saying this.
People who were going to buy the game anyway will pay.
Exactly. They are saying that this is going to be the largest video game launch of all time. That this will be the most expensive video game made to date, because they've been working on it for a long fucking time and they're trying to get it right. This is not. Look, Skyrim is one of the biggest and most popular video games of all time. It's immense. It's huge. It's very popular. And the fact that it's run since 12, that it was released in 12, and is still a viable game, it still does not compare to GTA 6 or GTA. GTA is the kind of game that appeals to all kinds of gamers. That there are gamers that there are gamers that play Skyrim that love to play GTA, but there are people that play GTA that would not play a fantasy game and don't get into fantasy games. As a person that has played the last couple of GTA games and enjoyed them, I can see this being massive. There's a reason why most video game companies are staying far away from October as having for the release date. Most games are not being released. They're pushing them back to a month before or a month after, because even a month after GTA their releases, people are still going to be playing that game and playing the hell out of it. It's not going to be a thing, man. People are going to have to hold off on. It's going to be the topic of conversation forever. Mm-hmm. The fact that I can play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I can play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on my phone through Netflix. San Andreas is, three or four games past, but let's see, it was Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, and then San Andreas came before that. So, and it's been, like 20 years since San Andreas. But at San Andreas, when that game came out, it was the most popular video game for like close to a decade. It was crazy. And then Grand Theft Auto Online, attached to Grand Theft Auto 5, is continued to have its popularity, to continue to maintain the popularity. People loved Red Dead Redemption by the same company, Rockstar Games, but as popular and as good as Red Dead Redemption was, it does not compare to the massive popularity of Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
So we should see. I think it's going to be closer to somewhere between 70 and 80. The going standard for AAA games is pretty much moved up to about $70 instead of 60 now. It's $59.99. It's gone up to $69.99. I think we will probably see the base game at $69.99, and then we'll see deluxe editions for, $20 to $30 more. And I'm going to get it. I'm not the deluxe edition. I'll get the basic edition because I will enjoy that because they're fun games. They're very well done, and this game looks like it's going to be a fucking blast. But we shall see.
Yep.
I think that was about it for me. We should probably wrap things up. It's getting late.
Yep.
I have got to get something to eat. Oh, one other thing. For those of you guys who enjoyed the game, the comic book Fables, and played their video game, The Wolf Among Us, back probably about 10, 12 years ago. It was one of the games that was made. It was a very much a kind of a choose your own adventure-y, one of the earlier games of that nature from Telltale. It was called The Wolf Among Us. It took place in the setting of the comic book Fables. They did release a preview for The Wolf Among Us 2. It is not from Telltale Games, but it's from the people that once Telltale Games fell apart, some of the people that came together to make a new company. So they are bringing out a new game. The Wolf Among Us 2. It was a part of the summer preview. I don't think they have a date on it yet, but it does look pretty great. I never did. Oh wait, in 27. It has not given us an official date. I do have The Wolf Among Us on my computer. I played the original first chapter, and then I found out that it was being released in chapter form, and I think they were charging for every chapter, and I was like, fuck that. As much as I like this comic book, I'm not paying. I paid like $30 for the first chapter, and I'm thinking I was getting the full game, and I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for every chapter. If it had been like a couple of bucks, maybe, I don't know, but I am very much looking forward to The Wolf Among Us 2. It was a fantastic. The first game
Night,
was
Jeepo.
a lot of fun. So, but anyways, yeah, I just want to touch on that real quick, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight on this oh so lovely Tuesday here in the Detroit
I'm
area.
listening to the fireworks going off outside because Tuesday's a holiday.
Exactly. I was at the fireworks down on Jefferson this year, and it was an incredible fireworks display, just like it is every year. The Ford fireworks put on also by my company, the Parade Company, the company I work for.
They already have them?
Spectacular. Huh?
They already had them?
Yeah, Monday.
Oh.
It's always the Monday before the 4th.
That would be next Monday then.
It's 2 weeks before. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, it's to help. It also coincides with Canada's.
Yeah, except that this is way early for it because it usually is just before the 4th because Canada's Independence Day is July 1st.
Yeah, well, the days shift. I mean, like the 4th of July is a Saturday this year, so
yeah, it's a week from this Saturday. They could have done it next Monday, and it would have been the 29th.
It would have been closer, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been closer to both days.
I don't know, man. It's usually almost always like the 23rd or something like that. So 22nd. So, but anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. We will not be at the gaming table this Friday, but we will be back here in the Nerd Basement next Tuesday night. So please be sure to join us for lots of nerd conversation with a couple of Gen X nerds.
Yeah, and remember, you can follow us on most social medias. We are on Facebook, Nerds with Alcohol Show. We are on pretty much everywhere else, Drinking Nerds. Just look for us, and you should be able to find us. Okay, that later. My air conditioner just kicked on, and I got all the windows open. Anyway, Yeah, and also remember, keep your. I will let you know. Watch our Facebook and stuff like that. I will be putting out an announcement as soon as I go live with Drinking Nerds Entertainment, where you can get a bunch of custom game stuff, or you can get the curling game if you want it. Which it's a lot of fun. I will tell you that. Fun for everyone. But yeah, it's all that stuff will be coming out soon. I was actually working on the website today before the show. I won't have everything up. I'm not going to have the drinkware or the coasters and things like that up right away. I'm still working on those, but I want to get the game out there, and I can do koozies and stuff. I just gotta I gotta get some of the designs up that people can pick. So, like I said, I'm still working on things. I am not a web designer, so I do networking. I make the internets go. Um, ACD,
Thank
you know
you
what?
for it.
If you want a like Nerds with Alcohol koozie, we can. They'll be up there. And you order something, you might get something else along with it. So, but yeah, so keep an eye out for that. That's a lot of that money's gonna come back in, and it probably will go back. A lot of it will go back into the show and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna about do it though.
That should do it.
So until next time.
Until next time.
Slainte.
Slainte.
All right. Have a good week, everybody.
Good night.